Hi everybody, today we're going to do negative painting. What is negative painting? Negative painting is these little tiny windows inside of a tree area that makes this look like a lacy leaf. And if you notice in a watercolor, they're not individual leaves painted. They have a big area for leaf area, and then you put in your little darker areas. So let's just quickly trace this with some graphite paper and put in our cabin. Check underneath to make sure that it's coming through. This is a chimney. There is some logs on this, some windows, and the windows also have negative painting in them. And I'm going to show you how to make those show up easily with just a simple little exercise with a pocket knife. Let's give this landscape a little bit of trees and grass. And here we have a tree. I am not going to use my pen to trace that. I'm going to just take a pencil and draw this tree in leafy area with a pencil so that I know where it's going to sit. I'm going to give it a tree trunk. There happens to be a couple other trees. Oh, let's just move that over. Comes out beside here, and there it's a wonderful pine. I'll just do some simple zigzags to really just indicate where those leaves are going to sit. Now let's talk about how we can make this little painting very simple. We need some color on here, and what we're going to do with this is not only negative painting, which are all these little pockets of sky peeking through, but they are also lots of definite lines we will be dealing with scratching out later. Okay, so let's get this started. We need some blue in our sky. Let's spritz this so that we have our paper wet. I just cover the trees up with my hand so that I can put my blue in. This is a dark tree on this side, so I can paint right over it. This one I'm going to keep light, still painting over it, to do our sky above our cabin. Now, I'm going to take some burnt sienna, a little brown and a little yellow, and we're going to paint this gold tree in here. Just going to drop in some color to create our gold tree. And maybe there's some in the background here in our landscape. We need a little bit of color there in front of the cabin. While we've got the color in our brush, we can go in here and indicate where our little foliage is sitting in front of the cabin. I'm just waiting for this to dry a bit so that we can go in and finish this. Let's pause and take the hairdryer and dry this area. Okay, I've added a little bit of color into my painting to give us an idea of what this painting is going to look like in the end. What's important is that the paper is dry here where that tree is. There's two ways of doing trees. One is to paint it in first and then go back in around the tree, making this tree an interesting shape, and this becomes your sky behind the tree or other trees. So I'm putting green in there and a little bit of blue. What is important is that I am going around my tree, creating a nice edge around the outside edge of the tree. If you look at this, you can see that there's a shape for that tree. We're going to take the same color, which is bluey gray, blue and green, that I used for this background tree, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do the same color that's behind the tree inside the leaf area. And that is the trees peeking through that yellow foliage. There's a second way of doing a tree, which is direct painting, and we'll address that in the next video. Right now we have negative painting in the pockets of our tree. Thanks for watching.